guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time. I know I said I was going to post more, but this semester's just kind of been very stressful, so I'm here. I'm present. I just decided to do a little video on my roommate story because it's just kind of an interesting one. I did have my roommate move out. I did move some stuff onto that side, so that's why it looks like I have someone else on that side. So it's just gonna be, it's not like a horror story because it's not even bad, but just kind of my experience with my college roommate. So we're gonna get right into it, but don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, we're just gonna get right into the video. Okay, so I'm sorry the lighting kind of changed. My mom called, and so I was just on the phone with her for like a solid 10 minutes, and the sun is going down because it's, you know, getting dark. So anyways, we are gonna call my roommate Sarah, even though that's not her name. And also, if I look over to this direction, it's because my iPad's over here with like stuff that I want to make sure I point out. So, to start the story, my roommate was what I considered a pretty close friend. She and I worked together back home, and we got along really well. We talked just about every day. I think we honestly did talk every single day. And so yeah, so we worked together, we were friends, and I was over on the other side of the mountain, so in Edmonds, finishing up my AA at community college, and we literally, like, I kind of convinced her to, like, at least apply to WCU and be roommates, and we kind of just talked about, like, expectations that we had, like, oh, make our beds every morning, you know, stuff like that, which honestly is the reason I make my bed every single morning still. And just like little stuff like that. We had talked about our pet peeves and like all that stuff, and so I thought we were golden. And then we moved in, and I was doing recruitment, so she was kind of like alone a lot, and I had to eat with my Rogam group, and I had to do activities with my Rogam group, so I couldn't like hang out with her a lot. So that was kind of that. We did go to dinner, and she, like, if I wasn't able to eat, she would go to the dining hall and she would get food to go and then come home and eat here, which wasn't a problem. I just wish, like, I wanted her to go out and do welcome week activities and like make other friends, because I didn't want to be her only friend here, and that was kind of like my fear, was that like I'd make friends, I'd be in a sorority, and I'd have all this stuff to do, and that she wouldn't, which I didn't end up in a sorority, so it was whatever. So the first week of school came, and I think it was either the first or second week of school, we had CFS, which is Cougar Football Saturday, and I was going with other friends from my Rogam group, and so I was like getting ready and stuff, and this girl, we'll call her, we already used Sarah, so we'll call her Anna. So, a girl we had worked with together named Anna was sick, and we had hung out with her once this week, and I like really didn't want to get sick, so I was like, I wasn't going out and hanging out with Anna and Sarah, my roommate, when like that week, because Anna was sick. Well, Anna was supposed to come over and get ready for the football game, and I was like, hey, like, is she like still sick? Like, I don't want to get sick, I don't want like the germs in here, because like I'm a junior, I'm not just taking easy classes where I can just, you know, skip. And so she's like, oh yeah, like Anna's not gonna come over anymore, blah blah blah. Well, next thing you know, like I'm sitting here at my desk getting ready, putting my makeup on, and I'm sitting in like my bra, and Anna comes in, and I was like, and the thing that really got me was like she was like touching my bed and stuff, and I was like, plus the room was a mess because I thought she wasn't coming, so I was like, okay, I don't need to clean up, like I'm, you know, whatever. And so that happened, and that was kind of just really awkward because I was upset about it and I didn't know how to voice that. So then Sarah, my roommate, was going on this trip with, I think her, like, I don't want to say it was like I think it was kind of like a Bible study group, like, type thing. She was going boating with them, and then she was going hiking the next day, and I just kind of was really upset about it, and she was like leaving early and all that stuff, so I just texted her, and I don't remember, like, I don't want to read the text because I don't know, it's like way down there, but I just pretty much said, like, I was upset that I was just upset that Anna, like, came in and was sick and blah, 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 and, like, that I was told she wasn't going to come, and so I just wanted to voice that and, like, make sure that that was told, and then Sarah just said, like, okay, I'm sorry, and I was like, okay, like, we're good, you know, and she came in from hiking that next day and just kind of seemed really upset and, like, kind of mad, so I thought she was, like, mad at me, so I just kind of, like, didn't say anything. I was like, if she's mad, like, I'll let her come to me and talk to me, because I didn't want to, like, make any more drama. That was, like, the last thing I wanted to do, and so we ended up not talking for a week, and then Sarah goes, hey, like, I think we should talk about what happened last weekend, and I was like, oh, okay, like, and so we talked about it, and I thought we were good, and I was like, okay, solid, you know, we're good, we're not gonna have any problems. Well, then it was just, like, she still wasn't talking to me. Like, I had tried to make conversation, and it just seemed like it was so forced, like, she didn't want to talk to me, which I was like, okay, like, I don't know what to do at this point, and I just kind of, like, left it, and then kind of halfway through the semester, she had some friends over, and I was, like, just studying or whatever, which was whatever, I didn't really care, but, they were talking about, like, her moving to Orton, which is a hall that is kind of, like, close to where we live now, and I was just kind of, like, and I, like, overheard it. I wasn't, like, eavesdropping, like, the room is literally just so big that you can hear, so I knew probably halfway through the semester that that was the plan. I kind of inferred it. I wasn't surprised, but she didn't tell me. She didn't tell me at all, which was really unfortunate because I could have broke my lease here and moved into an apartment because I am a junior and I don't need to be living in the dorms. So, that was that. And then I was out with friends. I don't remember where we went, but I think we went to Idaho to Dutch Bros or something, and I come back to grab something from my room, and half of her stuff is gone. And it was, like, a couple days before the end of the semester, and I was like, I would go back to my friends, and I was like, I think she's, like, really moving out. Like, I sent them a video on Snapchat, and I was like, I think she's moving out. Like, her stuff is not here. Like, only half of it is. And then I came back that night, and I was like, hey, like, did you move out? Like, I don't have a problem that you moved out, it's whatever, but I wish you would have, like, told me beforehand, because, you know, just common courtesy, plus I could have broke my lease. And she's like, oh, sorry, I just found out today, and it was just kind of like, I was just like, oh my god, that's a lie, like, I've heard you've been talking about it for weeks, like, I can tell, like, I've been able to tell, like, that whole week she's kind of taking down decorations and stuff, and I was like, you couldn't just tell me. So that was just kind of like that. I guess it is what it is. It already happened. But it's just one of those things that I wish it would have happened differently. I wish it really would have worked out for us, and I wish we could still be friends. And I'm sad that some little conflict between us ended a friendship pretty much. But at the end of the day, it was more her choice than mine. She did move out instead of trying to work on things. I always kept trying to make conversation. I mean, there's definitely more to the story, but I'm also not trying to have a super long video. That was just the gist of it. But yeah, any advice to, if you guys have made it this far, do not be friends with your roommates. No matter how well you think it's gonna go, like, there's a decent chance, like, it could end a friendship, and I really wish that I hadn't ended that, like, that friendship hadn't ended, because honestly, she was one of the most sweet girls, and she was so charismatic, and I just, like, I loved being her friend, and I wish that this wasn't something that ended that friendship, because it's something so stupid, but it did. And my suggestion for anybody going into college, like, with your friends, is to maybe request to be in the same halls, like, order your dorms the same, and maybe try to be in the same hall but not in the same room. I just think it would have worked out better if we were friends instead of friends and roommates. So if you guys want any more, like, roommate stories, there's actually a ton. I also have literal horror stories from last year that I could talk about, as well as just kind of like little petty stuff that happened throughout the semester. Like, I could tell a whole bunch of little mini stories. If you guys want that, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, whatever. Wow, that kind of turned into an intro, so I'm gonna go do the intro now. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what stories you want to hear next. I really want to do a things that you should bring to college and things you shouldn't bring to college video. Hopefully coming up soon. But yeah, that's just kind of it for the majority of my roommate story. Let me know if you want the mini stories or what you guys want to hear, because honestly this video is kind of fun to film. But if my old roommate is watching, this wasn't to come at you, hurt you, whatever. This was just me sharing my experience, and it was an unfortunate one, and I'm sure that we both learned from it. But I will see you guys in my next video.